Good evening, folks. This is Deb and Dave again, and we are here to talk this time about Elon Musk. My favorite person, certainly next to, I don't know, Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, any number of people. And the ridiculous notion that the Twitter files is anything like WikiLeaks, which is just an insult to credibility everywhere. So without further ado, here's Dave.
And not for nothing, Deb and I met in 2018 personally in a protest, an Assange protest in Boston. This is the topic that we possibly know the most about collectively. So there is a CBS article that I took a look at. I wanted to know exactly what the Twitter files were. What are they? So right now, to the best of my knowledge, there are 6 groups of Twitter files. And I'm going to read the first 5, and I know what the 6th one is. The first one is focusing on company decisions surrounding the news material found about Hunter Biden's laptop and the decisions to post or not to post or whatever. Twitter files 2, talking about shadow banning or lowering visibility of some accounts. Twitter file 3 is talking about the decision to remove Trump from the platform after January 6th.
Yay! Sorry.
Twitter file 4 is just a little bit more about the Trump removal. And Twitter 5 provides even more information about Twitter's decision about banning Trump. And Twitter, the Twitter file 6 is supposedly trying to link Twitter with FBI investigations. So let's talk a little bit about this. I'm not here to demonize Elon Musk or make fun of Elon Musk, but what I will say is in terms of an investigative tool or how he is using this investigative tool, in no way, shape, or form is he doing this in a way that Julian Assange and WikiLeaks would do. Julian Assange is not WikiLeaks. His team is also WikiLeaks. He has an extensive team that takes years sometimes to put a file dump down. The last one, I believe, was last year. It took a couple of years, 2-3 years, for them to put this dump together. He has 6. Elon Musk has 6 now.
There is not, by the way, these are tweets.
These are tweets.
They are not vetted. They have no backup information included in the file dumps. This is not journalism. This is hot takes. That's what all of this is. Any notion that this is anything like WikiLeaks is a fucking joke. So I will demonize Elon Musk. I think he is a garbage scow. Okay.
I'm trying to show it.
Nice, I'm trying to not be nice.
I know, and that's
bad cop. That's us.
Yep, that's us. Good cop, bad cop. Because
I'm bad cop.
I want to
be bad cop.
I want to show you guys. Anybody who is trying to look at this, from the other side, I'm trying to pull you guys in. He is not objective. You know this. I know this. He's at the World Cup right now with Jared Kushner.
And a bunch of Saudis, by the way, sitting in a box, because Jared's probably picking up another $2 billion. But that's just me.
He's also very reactive. These rules that he is putting in place are reactive and also misinformed in some way.
Right, because he's making them on the fly.
Yep.
Every day there's a new rule, and then every night he takes the rule away.
Mr. Musk, he suspended some reporters for 7 days. reportedly for doxing him. By the way, FAA information like that is not considered doxing, which
And it
was
available in the public venue without
Right.
his, Elon jet bullshit. Okay.
we have always been against doxing and swatting. Doxing is targeting someone, posting private information. Yeah. By the way, if you see my address and phone number in a phone book, which still exists, believe it or not, or on public things, that alone, posting that information alone, is not doxing because it's public information.
Right.
But posting that public information, saying that's where he lives, go get him, that's considered doxing.
Posting pictures of the house.
Oh, posting pictures of the house.
I've had that happen to me.
Yep. By the way, Deb has been doxed.
Twice, 3 times maybe.
Swatting is targeting them using law enforcement. All right. Here's another thing. Mr. Musk has been very, very reactive when it comes to these kind of things. He will suspend people and then put up a poll. He lifted the suspension of those journalists because he put up a poll to ask people. During this whole thing, there was a Twitter space, all right, and Judd Legum happened to be in there. Elon Musk popped in. All of a sudden, all the Twitter spaces were removed or were shut down. Not only the one that the journalists were talking in, Elon Musk, bam, he just removed everything. Now all of a sudden I heard there's a new rule where people who are promoting other venues, like TikTok or YouTube or whatever, they could be removed. All right.
Bottom line is Elon Musk doesn't like anyone criticizing him or his business tactics.
Right.
That's what he's shutting down. He still hasn't returned a couple of people who were critical of his handling of Tesla. And you know what? He just shut down somebody from the Washington Post again today. So he's full of shit.
Taylor Hudak, right? Who, by the way, didn't post anything negatively, just asked him if he wanted to answer some questions and tweeted that publicly on Twitter. These are not rules that are consistent. They're just being haphazardly thrown in there. They're not being reviewed. None of this information is being reviewed. And the other red flag that I have on this is that most people covering this are right-wing outlets. No one is really taking it seriously from not only the left wing, but from direct source news sources like the Associated Press and from Reuters. Reuters did do a story on Elon Musk, but it was kind of unrelated. It was just like a general what's going on with Twitter. Now, everybody's up in arms saying, Reuters needs to report about Twitter files. Well,
They're
not
going to have to take what Reuters thinks of that then. You know, and what will happen is if Reuters isn't positive about Twitter files, if Reuters calls it for what it is, and let's make no bones about it, Reuters is a legitimate news source. They are a feed source for a lot of other newspapers. If Reuters isn't positive about it, I promise you, Elon Musk won't publish it.
Right. And what disturbed me about this most is that I'm seeing people on Twitter target Reuters. Listen, you're going to have right-wing outlets target left-wing outlets and target themselves. It's a competitive business. Everybody knows that, especially now. But when you're targeting news feeders, that's a problem. And one last thing before I shut this down, Jack Dorsey, actually, he's very introspective when it comes to Twitter. I think he really thought about this stuff. He thought about it a lot. He himself said that he made some mistakes. He knows that. And he admits that. But he also says that he wishes that Elon Musk would have done a little bit more in terms of making it more like WikiLeaks. So, so in terms of getting your research together. So if anyone is going to say that this is, this is the pinnacle of investigation, it really is not.
You really don't have any clue what it is then, honestly, if you believe that.
I don't know. Just take a look. Take a look at what sources. If you have all sources on the right elevating this, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's what actually. I personally took a couple of quick looks at it. I'm sorry. It's not shit. It's shit that, I'm not surprised by any of it. It's not anything I didn't know. It's nothing revolutionary.
Right.
I'm sorry, but I'm the person who believes medical misinformation needs to be taken off the public venue. I think it's done a lot of damage in this country. I don't think hate speech should be allowed to flourish. I don't think anti-Semitism should be allowed to flourish.
Right.
Sorry, folks, but I'm not in that bailiwick. That's not where I live.
This stuff, take a look at the Atlantic. And by the way, the Atlantic is not, completely left wing by any stretch.
The Atlantic is excellent.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I subscribe to it.
So they're saying all of this information that was published was pretty much already known, but they're just making a stretch. They're making a stretch. To me, I'm making the analogy that Twitter to journalism is what theirs is to medical reporting. Okay, you have to delve deeper into what exactly is going on.
Right.
Twitter can be a tool. Twitter can be excellent. There's ways that we can communicate with each other and look at information. There's a ton of information on Twitter. Some is very good,
right,
but some is garbage.
Yep.
Okay, and you have to be able to. By the way, some of the things that were posted on WikiLeaks, there were things that I went back all the time and said, wait a minute, I made this connection before. That connection isn't really there.
Right.
Like Mossad was definitely involved in 9/11, blah, blah, blah. I won't go into weeds, but it's just the information is there. What you do with it is what you do with it. But Elon Musk is making the conclusions for you. That's the last thing. Unless Julian Assange had video or concrete evidence that something absolutely happened, like the murder files, or what was it called? I lost it.
Oh, the Bradley Manning stuff?
The Bradley Manning stuff.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Operation Murder or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. So that was based on video.
Collateral murder.
Collateral murder. Thank you.
That's what it was.
Collateral murder. Okay. They had concrete evidence that these things happened, and they talked about what happened in real time, and they didn't make assumptions or these connections to other things that hadn't happened.
And by the way, Chelsea Manning was prosecuted for that. So, you know what? The Twitter files is just a bunch of tweets. And, people making decisions based on the fact that they owned a business and they get to make those decisions.
Right. Oh, one final thing. Number one, Elon Musk is a hypocrite. He talks about First Amendment rights all the time, and then he bans people. Kind of like Deb and I probably couldn't own Twitter because we would probably do the same thing. We would get pissed off and we would block them. That's what we do.
I don't allow people.
No.
I don't allow.
But we have
people
concrete
online.
rules too.
Yeah, I do, and you know what? No one's going to post hate shit. No one's going to post right-wing shit. I'm sorry, I don't allow it. There is nothing left to discuss about the right wing after January 6, 2021. There's no bread breaking to be done. We're not breaking bread with the right. I am here to shut them down. I'm going to tell you that. I think they're a danger to democracy.
One final thing with the doxing, just like with the doxing rules that Elon Musk got wrong, First Amendment applies to government. It doesn't apply to private business.
Correct.
But what I have a problem with Mr. Musk's running of this private business is the fact that his rules are not consistent.
Right.
That's it. You want to post, you want to post your rules, if you're going to say point blank, this is a right-wing outlet, we're going to ban everybody.
They'll let us go.
They'll let us go. That's fine. Let us know that. But you're not doing that. You want a free reign for everybody, unless you want to throw your temper tantrum in the middle of a Twitter space, or unless someone asks you a question that you don't feel like answering and you block them. And by the way, I don't know what's going on. This is kind of real-time news. Jojo from Jersey, we're with you. We're watching. Hopefully you get your Twitter back. Apparently somebody's holding her Twitter for hostage for $400. They took her Twitter away somehow, and they're telling her, unless she pays $400, she's gonna, that her Twitter account's going to be sold to somebody else. Maybe, just maybe, we should do an investigation. I don't know. Maybe the FBI gets involved. I don't know. Or maybe law enforcement. Or will that make Twitter an arm of the FBI? Give me a break. Oh, see, I knew this was going to be a ramble. All right. That was the other thing. The FBI has a right to use digital information for investigations.
And if you're not thinking that they would do that after Parler and all of that bullshit, you're out of your minds. Because these people are still out there.
Are you saying that Parler is an arm of the FBI? They're targeting Twitter, they're targeting YouTube, because Twitter and YouTube, a lot of progressives use Twitter and YouTube to get their message out. Parler, Gab, Rumble, all of those. You think that the FBI isn't looking at that? They don't have a cybercrimes division, just pouring over this garbage? Of course they do.
And it is garbage. BitChute's another one.
Okay. Because if anyone commits a crime and documents it, why is it okay for, people have touted Julian Assange, and rightfully so, for making this information public, criticizing the government. Why shouldn't law enforcement use that as well to prosecute these people? You're always complaining. Why aren't these investigations? Why are these investigations taking so long? What do you think law enforcement needs? They need concrete proof. And if they can get it off of YouTube or Gab or Parler or whoever, of course they're going to use it. Matt Taibbi, shut up. Stop it.
Yeah. Matt Taibbi has ceased to be a journalist anymore. He's done. I'm done with Matt Taibbi. I used to love Matt Taibbi, by the way, but no more. I don't like Matt Taibbi anymore.
Dinesh D'Souza, this is another red flag, guys.
Yeah, if you're hanging around with people like Dinesh D'Souza, you're not a journalist anymore.
Gateway Pundit, Washington Examiner, New York Post, Newsweek, all these guys were the ones that are pushing this stuff. And
they're all right-wing outlets.
They're all right-wing outlets just pushing this as the spotlight on truth or whatever. It's just a bunch of tweets. Okay. And as I said, Jack Dorsey, Did he make some mistakes? Yeah, I'm sure he did. But the original idea of Twitter was to get, kitty videos out there and stuff. He didn't think that it was going to explode into this.
The biggest mistake Jack Dorsey made was selling Twitter to Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
He could have found a better seller, could have found a better buyer. But
Elon Musk, bottom line, Elon Musk and Twitter, it's not WikiLeaks. These Twitter files, I'm telling you right now.
For a joke.
You want to go there? The right wingers always, they use this whole WikiLeaks and save Julian Assange kind of as a cudgel or as a hammer. We're with freeing Julian Assange too. It's the one thing that I disagree with Biden on the most. But stop trying to elevate Elon Musk as this great,
By the
informer.
way, I'm just going to tell you right now. The right wing uses Julian Assange. They don't give a shit about Julian Assange.
Right.
We've been on the streets. I've never seen a right winger on the streets with us fighting for his freedom. They use Julian Assange to make it. The reason they like Julian Assange is because he released Hillary Clinton's emails. That's why they like Julian Assange, and that's why they use Julian Assange.
But
the day Julian Assange and WikiLeaks reveals information about Donald Trump and the right wing will be the day he becomes public enemy number one. That's the way the right wing operates.
Remember when Trump mentioned WikiLeaks like 47 times in 3 minutes, and then 2 minutes after he
denied ever knowing them.
Then he denied ever knowing him after Julian Assange put stuff. I think it was Bain Capital, but it was something about the Republican Party. So as soon as, and by the way, the Democrats did the same thing. I'm not saying that, but Julian Assange is different. There is no way in hell that these WikiLeaks files, and we're not going to do. I don't think we're going to do what we did with Whitney Webb and like dissect all this, because it's not worth our time. It's not worth our time. It really isn't.
Many other things to think about. And where the fuck is Whitney Webb? I don't know. Maybe she's hanging around in, Abu Dhabi with fucking, Mossad and, Jeffrey Epstein having cocktails. Who knows?
Anyway. Thanks, guys, for hearing about. I mean, listen, before we get mobilized people and before we mobilize Gen Z and everything, we need to teach people how to vet their information again and research.
Yep.
This is the bottom line. The right wing has it down. They know how to deliver a bullshit propaganda message. We have to recognize it.
Okay, gang, we'll see you later.